A lot of times we don't talk about how women date their sons. And single mothers oftentimes do everything but their sons. And that's the reason why I say, you know, a single mother is a boy factory. And the reason why I say that is because it's not that a boy can't be birthed from a two-parent home, although it is, you know, it's an abnormality, you know, it's an anomaly of sorts that you would encounter a significant amount of subpar men that have been raised in destructive two-parent homes. But single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household because this boy is not your son, he is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with them. When you want some emotional time, you go watch movies with them. You touch them and you rub them and you massage them. And you do these things, everything that you would do to a man to suffice that. A lot of women even dress their sons like the man that broke their heart.
Man, listen. Yo, I've covered this quite a few times, you guys. Way back when the whole son-husband concept has been a thing. And we talk about Jody and his mom and how Jody, the whole baby boy situation is what I'm referring to with Tyrese playing baby boy, and how Bing Rames actually brought up, which was the first time I actually heard of it. And we can get into Greek mythology with Oedipus or Oedipus, whatever you want to call it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Oedipus was the king of Thebes in Greek mythology, and he actually killed his father to marry his mother. And eventually, Oedipus's wife, who was his mother, she hung herself when the truth of the relationship became public. And Buddy just continued to rule afterwards in Thebes until his death. Bing Rames' character, Melvin, had said that Jody had an Oedipus complex or Oedipus complex, however you want to pronounce it. This attachment to the mother that is very strange and even sexual, and she even hinted at basically minus the effing, which she was spot on. I don't know the young lady's name here, but she talks a lot of sense when she's on these videos. And I actually appeared on Alan's podcast, We Need to Talk, and I actually addressed the same thing. So she said what I was saying on there, which I'll play the clip if I can find it here for you guys to watch. The son-husband complex, you know, coming in to defend his mom, whether the father is nowhere to be seen and he's that de facto hubby or emotional tampon, for lack of a better term. He's seeing this is my mom. I share these because he might be mama's boy, or what 2 Chainz say, a titty boy, or whatever. He's just used to being around his mom and don't want no man touching her. And that's probably what he's become used to. Some single moms do use their sons as, you know, son husbands in terms of like toys. Like when they want to watch a movie, they're hugged up with the son, or when they're doing any type of intimacy or want to, I don't want to say love bomb, or basically just get some type of affection.
Emotional labor.
Yeah. They want the son to take responsibility of that. And even going as far as dressing the son up like, you know, their man. They want him looking fly, you know, so on and so forth. And this even leads up to when he gets into a relationship later on in life, she wants to be the other wife.
So he's either going to grow up and go one of two ways. Bitches ain't shit because my mom was one of them. Or women can do no wrong. Super simping.
There you go. And where you talk about the fact that a lot of these mothers, they groom their sons, they have the emotional attachment, and it goes off of what we were talking about. Was there was a clip of this little boy where his mom was twerking on this man, and he got angry, ran up to him and shoved him, because that's basically saying, that's my woman. And as far as this whole attachment, the mother never actually having a man, and then when she does have a man come in the picture, this boy is confused because he has this attachment to his mom that's Oedipus-like, and it's just very weird. They will go above and beyond. There was one dude in Philly where the mom uses their son as the attack dogs if they do move on. Like, she had a boyfriend and the boyfriend didn't want to be with her anymore, so she told her son to go delete the dude. That's just how crazy it is out here, man. That's some wild, crazy stuff right there. You dressing the boy up you treating them like that's where you get your emotional support. If you don't have a dog, as Kevin used to say, get a dog. But they use the kids, but when the kids grow up, you can't do it any longer. But a lot of times, as I said in another video, when the mother is the other woman, this is something that is quite unhealthy for any relationship where a man can't move on with another woman because the mother's always interjecting. No woman's good enough. The mother doesn't want to move on with another man. And this is a strange, weird concept, guys. And it's one of those things that women need to be aware of when they're trying to fit in with a man and the mother's just disrespecting them and the man is allowing it to happen. And it's unfortunate. She said something which was crazy in itself about the fuckboy factory. Not to say that it can't happen, as you said, in a two-parent household, but a lot of these guys, they lack the masculinity. Like, I was raised by a single mother. So you don't have that masculine man that's present, that's able to balance out your emotions, because your mother can only tell you but so much. She can't tell you how to be a man or how to be masculine and manhood, things like that. She'll tell you how she thinks a man is supposed to be, but not really what she's attracted to and not how you should be. She could teach you how to be a nice person. Charleston White talked about this. That's another video that he basically went in on about. You just can't. And this Oedipus complex is very strange in the black community. On the flip side, there was a white content creator. She talks about how white mothers are completely hands off from their kids. And she tried to link it to black men and white women are similar in that aspect in terms of being in the children's lives. But we debunked that already with her outlook on things. But ladies, your son can't be there for you forever. He can't be your man. It's a sick, twisted thing. I always say that with a lot of the single mothers, it's like a rite of passage for them to have a kid. Forget the man. Once the man gets you pregnant, you can send him on his way. There's chaos ensuing as long as you got this kid here that is supposed to be your de facto man, which definitely isn't a good look. It's easier to deal with him, manipulate him, than it is to manipulate a man unless you're taking care of them. Hence why a lot of times you see a lot of our women taking care of men, wanting to put them in just like he's your kid. And those are the weak men that you guys go for, and your son ends up repeating that pattern because he sees the type of men you deal with. Instead of being a stand-up guy who's solid, that doesn't need a woman taking care of him, that wants to get his own, that's proactive and productive. He's emotionally centered, solid, doesn't fly off the handle, doesn't put the beaters on women. He doesn't become all out of touch with reality because he's seen his mom conduct herself in that way. It's one of those things we notice, guys. And as a man, you have to work on yourself or find a mentor. And for the ladies, you have to find a mentor for your son in some way, shape, or form. Or find a suitable husband, as I said, a stepdaddy, as I know how you guys feel about stepdaddies, to be in your son's life, to turn this boy into a masculine man, to be productive. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think about that? I think she hit it on the head. And this is a serious topic. This is definitely a serious topic that needs to be discussed more. And I think women need to examine themselves and examine their lives and see if a lot of the stuff that we talked about here is what they're doing. Because if they are, that's some sick, sad-ish. Men should be men. Women should be women. Mothers have a role to play, and that's the nurturer, but not to be the de facto girlfriend. And he's not to be your de facto boyfriend or provider. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think, though. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.